Welcome to the Ska History Hour with your hosts, Jose Rojas
Hello.
and myself, Daryl Rubio, wherein the purpose of this channel is to spread awareness of ska music and its subgenres to the world. Our guests today are members of the 12-piece ensemble Killer Diller from Detroit, Michigan. We appreciate the time that you're taking to speak with us to share your stories and your music with the ska community. Can you each tell us your name, your role in the band, and a little something personal about yourself, please?
I'll
Whoever
go
wants to.
first. That's all right.
Sure,
So,
go for it.
sure. My name's Chris Martinez. I am co-lead vocals, and I like to call myself the hype man in the band. And something personal about me. So I grew up in Central California and found ska because my friends needed a trumpet player in their band. I knew nothing about it. I didn't understand what it was. But they needed a trumpet player, and I played trumpet. So then once I got used to being around it and figuring out what the music represents, the racial harmony component of it. Of course, being a brown kid trying to break into white culture was I was like, yep, that's for me. This is something that can be a part of my life, and it has been a part of my life ever since. So yeah, I'm eternally grateful for the genre, for the community, for the fans, for
Hmm.
everything about it. Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Eric?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm Eric Abbey. I'm the keyboardist and engineer and backup singer sometimes and mixing person and all around basically do whatever needs to be
He's our
done.
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, I've played trumpet also, so I've played trumpet on some of the EP tracks that need to happen because we are missing a trumpet player here or there or whatever.
Mhm.
And I do a whole bunch of other stuff for the community and scene and everything. I mean, personal stuff like I love this. I've always played this music. I think I've always had this music in me. I played jazz first. I was trumpet player, fourth grade and piano and that kind of thing. And I heard the Selector, and then right after that, heard Scotalites, and
Mhm.
I was hooked for life. And I'm still doing it. If I can go a day without playing or recording this music, then I'm like sad.
Mhm.
Even even on like vacation, I'm like thinking about it or listening to it or trying to get a reference track or something. I'm doing something, like, oh yeah, I heard this or whatever. And so, yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
All right. I'm Kara Stephanitis, and yes, my last name is pronounced like a disease. It's an easy way to remember how to say it. I am the other co-lead vocal for Killer Diller, and Killer Diller is actually the first band I was in after a 20-year hiatus from music.
Ooh, wow.
So it's what kind of got me back into it. Took a lot of time off to be a mom and work all the time, and I'm glad to be back. But been a big fan of ska since I was about 13. Heard the specials on college radio, and that was it. It was all over after that. Um, but yeah, like it's a great scene. It's like family. You always feel welcome. So I love it. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Except for Scott. Like, Scott's not a part of it.
Oh,
Oh, wait, he joined us.
Yes, he's here now.
Damn.
I can't
You're
do anything
muted too,
today.
Scott.
So
It's
what we're
just
doing is we're asking you to introduce yourself, your name, what your role is in the band, and something personal about yourself, Scott.
oh
If you don't
wow.
mind.
Okay. Well, hi everybody. Thanks for being patient with me. See if I can get a little better camera angle because if I don't get a good camera angle, it doesn't work well. That might be better. Anyway, yeah, Scott Culling. I'm the drummer in the band, and I started the band back in 2019. Um, and I used to be in a band called Bob Harvey. And when that stopped, I had always wanted to do a big band ska band, and I didn't do it for literally 25 years. Had kids and married and the whole thing. And then it was like, shit, I better do this if I'm going to do it. And luckily, I've run into all these wonderful people here, And yeah, it's a blast. The band's a blast. I mean, I couldn't be any happier with where it's going, and with all the people in the band. It's absolutely a great time.
Man, I
Nice.
love Bob Harvey too. I have a bunch of your stuff from back then.
Really? All
Yeah.
right.
I have
Oh,
the big
the new record is awesome.
Oh, you know what? I don't, the only reason I don't have that one is because it was only on vinyl. I
Mhm.
asked Chuck, I said, I want it on CD. He said it's only on vinyl. That's all
No,
they
get it
wanted to
on
do.
vinyl. Come on now.
Oh, I have too much vinyl. I have to go back to CD. Yeah, I have I don't have that one.
I'll send you some vinyl.
He says he has no more room for vinyl.
Yeah, this
Time
is
to,
out. I don't have any either. Yeah.
it's time to get more room.
I have
Yeah.
Steve, I have the bread and circuses,
Oh
the old
man.
one. I've got the Get You Gummy. It's this
That's
one's still
cool.
even wrapped.
Look at
Wow.
that.
And then the big butt one.
Hey, you can sell that for a lot of money if it's still wrapped.
It is. It's still shrunk wrapped.
Nice. So the name Killer Diller, where does it come from? I saw that there's a movie called Killer Diller, a 50s rock song called Killer Diller, and then like the slang term Killer Diller. So what is it? Where'd it come from?
Yeah, I mean, kind of all those really, but yeah,
Okay.
it's a slang term, slang, hey man, that's Killer Diller. And then, but mainly, I think the main thing was there's oh God, what's his name, Eric? I'm blanking on the keyboard player.
Jackie
Jackie
Mitter.
Mitsu.
Jackie?
Jackie
Jackie
Mitsu got
Mitsu.
it
Yeah, me too, yeah.
And that's kind of when I was thinking of songs to do with the band, like that's an amazing song. And then I was listening to it, I'm like, that's probably a pretty damn good band name too. So it's kind of how it came about. But then we found out there's another Killer Diller in like, I don't know, down in South America somewhere that does
Oh.
just like a reggae thing. And so luckily we haven't crossed paths too much.
Have any of you guys actually seen the movie?
No,
I
it's
saw a
like
little
Nat
bit of
King
it.
Cole. Isn't it Nat King Cole Trio and some others? Like live
It's
performances?
basically it's basically like a showcase, like a stage show showcase of like big band stuff.
Yeah.
With this like side story of this magician. Anyway, it's mostly just to show off people playing music. It was actually kind of entertaining.
Chris, weren't you watching that before one of our shows at the bar?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Yeah. we were getting ready to play Scott Thursday, and Kara comes up. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm watching Killer Diller the movie. I'm like, I was right at the end when it started to get interesting too. I'm like, I only got like 4 more minutes. Go away. I gotta finish.
Awesome, guys.
So I see that your band started that Steve told us in 2019. Tell us about how that all came about. How did you guys all form? I think Steve, you started the band.
Scott, but yeah,
Or Scott, I'm
Scott.
sorry. I don't know why I said Steve. I'm so sorry.
There's a Steve too. He's just not here.
Oh, okay. Scott, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, like I said, I had been wanting to do a big band ska thing, and then finally got off my ass to do it. And one of the first people that I contacted me was Chris. And then it didn't actually work out with him. He was busy with some other stuff, and so I kind of got a bunch of other people together. And the funny story is, my wife teaches high school, or she's retired now, but at the time taught high school, and she had a student who she saw, like she had a picture of me on the desk and I was on a drum set, and some kid said, hey, who's that? And that's my husband. He plays in a ska band. And he's like, really? My dad plays in a ska band. And so ended up, it was John Kashnowski, and this was John Kashnowski's son. And so when I was starting to put this band together, I go, hey, remember that kid that's got a dad in the ska band? Who was that? And so that's how I met the Kashnowskis and Steve Kashnowski. We had a couple other people come in and out and stuff, but then the Kashnowskis introduced me to Eric, and then Chris came back in, and then yeah, we had another woman singer for a while, and she left, and then it was a perfect fit to get Kara in the band at that time. So it's kind of how it all came together, kind of mismatched. We were about to start gigging, and then COVID hit, and of course that sank everything. We did just a bunch of recordings, in all our home studios, and we put them up on our little website and stuff, and that was fun. And then yeah, finally kind of hit it hard again in roughly 2021, 22.
So I want to add a little bit of texture to that because like I was working on my grad school at the time when Scott asked me first, and then when I was done with that, I came back and I was like, hey, if you need someone still, he's like, yeah, actually we do, but we were in the middle of COVID, and so like I had never met the band anyone in the band in person. Like it all, I don't know if it was one of the forums like Band Finder or something like that. And Scott's like, "Hey, could you just lay down a trumpet track for this song?" I'm like, sure. He just record in your basement. Hey, could you just lay down a trumpet track for this song? Like, so we did a couple of those. Did a couple of. He's like, "Can you do vocals for this?" Yep. And then we had like two rehearsals in person, and then our first gig. It was just like
Wow.
a member of this band, and like I hadn't met them in person, and like okay, yeah, and are gonna play our first gig. Like let's do this, man. Like that tells you just kind of the level of musicians that these guys are, and just it was. I think it was meant to be.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't hear Chris's introduction because I was fumbling around and got on late. But did he mention he sings guitar, uh, trumpet, and then I think there's a few other things in there. It's like Eric; these guys are just jacks of all trades and does do so many different things. If I can hit the drum straight, I'm happy, you know. But these guys are doing all this other stuff. It's amazing.
Cool. So, did you guys ever start in the high school band or choir?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah.
in concert band, marching band, jazz band,
Oh,
um,
everything.
concert choir, like jazz choir, all that stuff. Like
Nice.
yeah, music was like it's like when it's like you're part of your DNA or the language you speak, right?
Yeah.
It's you just want to be around it all the time. So whatever I could do, it was like school was just the vehicle to get me into the music classes. Like I didn't care about the grades, I didn't care about any of that stuff. I just wanted to play and sing.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
That's really good, Chris. That was the same with me, except I couldn't stand choir people. I still can't, but whatever. Like
That actually answers a lot of questions.
yeah, I
Oh.
mean, yeah, absolutely. My kid would join choir senior year, and I was like, no, and like, stay with all. Anyway, no, but I what you said about it, like we had jazz in the morning before school, and we had marching band after school, and like school in between sucked. Like I was like, I just want to play music. Like, why am I doing this? Like, I don't care. But I would show up at 6 in the morning to play jazz and stay till 4, 5, 6, and then go to work, you
Wow.
know,
Wow.
marching or doing whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was a huge choir nerd. I was in
Okay.
all of the choirs as well, and I was in the musicals, and I also played piano and guitar in high school and did lessons from when I
Oh,
was little
cool.
for piano. But I took in high school, I started taking jazz vocal lessons.
Mm.
So
Mm.
technically, I'm a classically trained jazz vocalist, but yeah, it led to ska, so it's all in the same vein.
Hey, excellent.
You wound up in a good place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott, what about you?
You play marching band drums?
Yeah, I played marching
Yeah.
band drums. In fact, I was in the marching band at Michigan State University, and I played
Oh,
back then.
nice.
It was kind of pre-core drumming. That's how old I am. And so we just had four bass drums, and I played the third bass drum, the third biggest one, because there was a guy, believe it or not, bigger than me in the in the drum section. He got stuck with the big bass drum. Um, but then, yeah, in Michigan State, I was in, I majored in music, and I did, like these guys talked about, jazz band, concert band, orchestra, new music ensemble, percussion ensemble, all that stuff. And it was great
Wow.
because, I was doing all that shit during the day. And then like Bob Harvey was just getting started. So then I go play clubs at night with playing reggae and ska. And then I was in a couple other pickup bands. So yeah, talk about music all day. Those were the days.
Oh,
I look back on those days and still just smile. It was so much fun.
I bet. Yeah.
Now, the releases that we see that you have is the extended play. I think it's this one, and then extended play 2 for those releases. You also have several live music on YouTube. Also, other ones like I think there's a Halloween cover. or song. There's one, I think, a tribute to Jackie Midu, which is very organ heavy that we saw.
Yep.
Any
The,
plans to release any of these things that you've done either live or maybe some studio stuff besides what you already have?
we're working on a bunch of new stuff. We want to get a new studio thing out, sooner than later. It's kind of hard, but we've written a bunch of new stuff, and let's see, we have a couple things recorded in the can that are going to be on some compilations hopefully soon. Can we talk about those, or is
Yeah.
that top secret?
Let me guess. One's a specialized.
Yes, yeah. One's a specialized, and we just recorded "Proud Mary." So it was
Oh, nice.
the theme. You know how they have their themes every year. This year's theme was iconic women of music.
Yeah.
And we wanted to do a Tina Turner song, and the one that I thought would be great was no Mountain High, River Low, or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And that was taken, bummer. But we did Proud Mary, and it came out amazing. So
That's
we can't
awesome.
wait for that to get out. Yeah.
And are you singing that, Kara? Rolling, rolling.
Oh yeah,
Who's singing the Ike part?
Chris.
Okay. Awesome.
Rolling.
Jose.
Okay, so how was your first practice together, and how often does Killer Diller practice, and what does your practice room look like?
We'll let Eric take that one because we practice at his house. He puts up with us.
He's sitting in it right now.
Yeah.
I've been here all day working on different music and different things. So yeah, I mean the first practice was at your house though, Scott, right? That I went to.
Yeah.
Kind of remember that. That was a different kind of incarnation of the band, and then
Yeah.
started coming over here. The way that I got into Killer Diller was that Steve plays with my other band, and he said, "Hey, they need a trumpet player or a piano player you want to jam with, us as well." And so I did, and then it just kind of morphed and melded into that. And one night is Killer Diller night, the next night is Traders night, the next night is the Loyal night, next night is Rhythm Crew night, etc., etc., etc. Right? And then at some point I have kids and a wife and all the other kind of stuff as well. But the point here is that the practice, I think we try for twice a month at the most, or maybe twice a month, maybe 3 times a month at the most. Yeah, and we were in what was a like extension or an addition of my house that I turned into a studio, and then I broke that studio down and brought it down into a finished basement that I have here and made a studio down here. And so we practice down here and in the recording studio. And it's what, for me as a kid when I was coming up, I always liked, we had like the tapes that we like taped over the little plastic, and then record on a boombox. Like that's how we recorded, right? Like that was our practice, right? Like, oh wow, this tape sounds awesome. Like whatever. Right. Now we practice in a studio, and I have huge overhead mics, and it's just like you hit record and we can get any idea we want like that. And it's like, I love that. Like that's amazing to me that like, and with good musicians, that stuff is better than most of the demos that I actually put out back then,
Yeah.
and it's just, it's just for us to record and listen. So with 12, 13 people, to have the ability to do that and fly a practice track to everybody real quickly on the phone, like is really something else that my old ass is really like constantly amazed by.
Yeah, I remember we used to record off the soundboard for for when the band's playing off live music, but we used to use the metal like Denon heavy metal ones. You had to use like the best of the best to actually get a decent recording, and they still hold up. I have a bunch today that we had to digitize, which is pretty cool. You play, is it keys with Jay Navarro? Is that what you play?
Yeah, I write and sing in keys. Yep.
Got it. Right on. There was other responses to your question that were needed, or was that?
I was going to add a little bit on the practice side. As you can imagine, having a band of 12 people is 12 grown ass people, right? It's very difficult to get them all together. So we do what we can. And sometimes we've even had to practice in like we practice in like a storage unit at times. We practice where we can, or we borrowed spaces from people when like if Eric's out or something. But yeah, it's been you can imagine just a challenge to get that done. But I think we've done pretty well with given the turnover and given the amount of people we have in this group.
Awesome.
Cool. That was
So
it.
Jose and I were looking at what the name Killer Diller, and we briefly touched about that, but there was another um, meaning for it. It says an obsolete slang term from the 1940s meaning something or someone that is awesome, outstanding, or exciting. It was often used to describe talented musicians. So it's a
Neat.
perfect name for your band.
Yeah.
Everyone, all great musicians in it. Now, your band is self-branded as Supersonic Ska Steady. Can you please describe the sound of your band?
Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, that's probably my fault. And I found out not too long ago, Kara does not like the word supersonic. After like 3 years, I'm like, what? I don't know. I was looking for a way to brand it and market it and have us stand out. And in fact, one of the reasons I like the name Killer Diller is because when it's all caps, it's very symmetric and you can do a lot of cool things visually with it. And then so that's another advantage of the name. And then yeah, so I don't know. At first I was calling it Jamaican Ska Steady via Detroit. And and after a while, I'm like, Jamaica. I mean, really? Come on, we're a bunch of white people from whatever. I mean, it's we're doing what we can. But at that time, we started to do more songs like like some of the big Scotalites things like Guns of Roses. I always say Guns of Roses, Guns of Navarone, Scalaween, like some big horn drill, like and ballsy tunes, and our bass player and the whole rhythm section really is just slamming. I was like, wow, man, we got to come up with a different name. And I don't know, I just Supersonic jumped in my head, and so I think I forced it on everybody whether they liked it or not.
So aside from ska, are there any non-ska genres or artists that sneak into your arrangements or songwriting?
I mean, Tina Turner.
Well,
So far.
Human League.
Oh, Human League.
Human League.
Yeah.
He's got a question.
Question on that. Yeah.
I constantly
one of the
I
stuff.
constantly write in jazz formats, so like
Okay.
I'm always like AB and solo AB, like that's or then if I'm writing for the Traders or vocal songs here, I try to write more in pop structures and that kind of thing. But
Okay.
there's not really like anything that is set in stone with this band or any of my bands actually. Like I just write what comes to me and then pick a band to see what the best fit will be. Like that's really like what happens. Like
Band roulette for you at this point.
yeah, I mean, I play in pretty much every style of this type of music.
Mhm.
So I love, and that's why I do it because I love it. So I like to when I write something and hear it, I'm like, oh, that's a Killer Diller song, or oh, that's a Trader song, or that's a whatever.
Have you ever pitched it to both bands and then you fight over it?
No, the last time that happened, there was no fight because it's my stuff. So
Yeah,
there's no
that's
fight.
true.
You get to decide.
I cut it. I wrote a song for Detroit Rhythm Crew on the last record, and then it got cut off that record because it sounded too similar. And I'm like, "Hey, Killer Diller, you want it?"
Yeah.
And they did, and it sounded great played live. And it became on. It's Carry On the Killer Diller. I think EP2.
Yeah,
Right?
it's on EP2. Yeah, and then the dub version of that too on there.
Yeah. So Carry
Yeah,
On
yeah,
was a different band song, but whatever. Like it's still I think Killer Diller made it better personally. So
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's great that you have that
Cool.
option, to see
Yeah.
what it's going to fit with, and that's amazing to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, which bands did you each first hear about when you first learned about the ska genre?
So I grew up in Central California, so the band that's from our hometown is Let's Go Bowling, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah, Fresno.
Great band.
Yeah, so they were our hometown heroes, and so that was them. And right after that, it was I was obsessed with Skank and Pickle.
Yeah,
Another great one.
So yeah,
from Montessorino.
I already mentioned specials were the first for me, but then it turned into me listening to all of the two-tone. And then growing up in Chicago, I saw Scapone a lot and the Blue Meanies,
Oh,
and
oh.
there were shows 4 times a week, so there was plenty to see there. But yeah, two-tone was my first love
How
in the
spoiled are
in the
you to
scene.
be able to be in the same city with Blue Meanies?
It was fun.
Yeah,
It was good
I was
times.
I was there. I think 2 years ago for the reunion that
I
they.
couldn't go.
Oh God, it was
I
great. We
was
flew in.
traveling for
We
work, I think.
Yeah, we flew in. Like my buddy and I, and we saw. We first went to the American Gothic 30th anniversary.
Hmm.
And Secret Cajun Band could not play, so we saw State of Emergency started, and then Eclectics, and then Coolidge was playing Sacco songs. So that was cool. And the next day, we got to see Weaker Youth Ensemble open for Blue Meanies, which is awesome. So,
Yeah, that looked like a ton of fun. I
oh,
I
that
was
was
I was very jealous seeing all the pictures because I
oh
couldn't make it. Or we might have even had a show. There was a reason I couldn't go back to Chicago for it, but
God, yeah, it was good. So sorry.
it's okay.
My question. So with 12
I
members on the stage,
I think
or
we have a couple more.
oh sorry,
Oh, go ahead, Scott. Go ahead. Your first ska band.
Yeah,
oh my
well, it
bad.
was I mean, with Bob Harvey, we listened to a lot of ska, like the Scotalites type stuff. Um, but then, oh, another great ska band that really was LKJ and the Dub Band Live. That record, when that came out, that's right when Bob Harvey was doing a lot of stuff and just freaking blew us away. And I still listen to that record today, and I'm just mind blown by that band. It's just incredible. But then right after that, I was reading the paper in the Michigan State University school paper, the State News. They actually had a good music section and reviewers, and I learned about a lot of music. I read a review that was a movie that was coming called Dance Craze that was coming to the art theater in East Lansing. It's like, wow, this sounds pretty cool. And I went, and that literally changed my life. Like I was really into reggae and really into African music and all kinds of world beat stuff. And of course, that's what Bob Harvey did, all different styles.
Mhm.
But that just turned my head around to ska, the two-tone stuff. And yeah, all those bands. And, we got to see a couple of summers ago, got to see Bad Manners again at Supernova and just, all that stuff, man. That's like,
That's
that's the
great.
amazing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was another band from back in the Bob Harvey times that played similar, not similar, but whatever, which was the Rhythmatics. They had a lot of big
I
world
don't remember
music.
them.
Yeah, yeah,
Huh, I
they
don't
were
remember
actually from
them.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, they were from here. Yeah, Crucial DBC also from back then did
That
stuff.
sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
No, I said before I heard the selector
Yeah.
and I was hooked. And then, that was, I have lots of interesting stories about that, but as soon as I heard the selector, I was like, okay, what the hell is this? And I dug into everything. And then I think the Scotalites and Byron Lee and the Dragonaires, those two. And then I had grown up like in like calypso and that kind of thing and island music, whatever the hell that you want to call that, merengue and that kind of thing. I've heard that and Bob Marley and that kind of thing. But then when I heard the Wailing Wailers record, I was like, what? Wait, what? What? Wait, what? Like, and that just kind of tipped it over, and I just went, balls to the wall about Scott and all kinds of things, whatever it was, and we would play because we were in Michigan, we would play Chicago for Chuck all the time,
Mhm.
like all the time. We just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with Deals Gone Bad and bring them up here and then go down there. And then we played Metro like every other weekend, it seemed. And then Fireside Bowl and all these other little
Oh,
places. And
Fireside.
yeah, yeah.
I I
And
saw what's his name from the Blue Meanies God, Jay Vance when he did Captured by Robots. at the
Yeah.
Fireside Bowl with, God, I forgot who else it was. I don't remember. Anyway, so but I've been there. That place is a dive.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
it's
spent a
great.
lot of time there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were we had
There's so many places in Chicago that are the same to me because like they're just like a bar in the front and a show place in the back,
uh
that holds like 60 people, and Fireside was like a bigger place in Chicago, so we were like, yes,
yeah.
awesome.
we were
Like,
we were talking to Hot Stove Jimmy about the
oh
stage
yeah.
there,
Yeah.
because they play there a lot and they also play the Metro and everything like that. We are just
Yeah.
because there's some videos of like everybody, if you're a big band like you're just squashed on stage. It's impossible. You're like this.
Mhm.
So we've been squashed on stage so much that like I've played an entire set standing sideways.
Oh
Like,
wow.
yeah,
I
because
see
I
a
was
lot of
playing
times that
guitar.
the band members will go on the floor off the stage in front to
Yeah,
play.
yeah,
That's crazy.
That's ska.
ska.
That's Scott.
And on like talking about like the first bands we were like our influences and stuff. Like I cut my teeth on third wave ska. Like that was my jam. So moving into Killer Diller, it's like okay, this is more of a traditional ska, but it's not really that, but that it kind of leans that way.
Mhm.
So it's almost been like a culture shift for me. You know, but you'll still see me jumping around on stage and going crazy, which is why I like to call myself the hype man. But like that's definitely been I've enjoyed it. It's just a different vibe, um, and it suits us.
Yeah, a couple of our new things are a little more certainly two-tone, but a little just a tad third wave, like a few little things here and there. But yeah, mm, there's so much ska out there. I'm amazed at how much listening to shows and interviews like what you're doing, Daryl, how much ska and ska adjacent stuff is out there that I've never heard. And it's just it's amazing and how great it all is. There's so much good stuff coming out, and that's been out for a while. And
Mhm.
yeah, I'm amazed at the scene. Like when I kind of get back into it, I really didn't know what to expect because I hadn't really been in the ska scene for a long time. I had put together a garage rock band and a couple other things, and it's like, oh, let's do ska. When I kind of finally got back into it and saw what's out there, I was blown away. Amazing stuff. Really cool.
Mhm.
It's kind of liberating because you don't have to be put into a box of like you're just first wave, you're just third wave, you're just two tone, you're just whatever. Like it really is. It opens up the way that different bands are. Like we can do whatever we want. It's really and so for us, it's really about putting out a great product that's entertaining that people want to listen to, want to dance to,
Mhm.
enjoy. So rather than trying to fit it into a specific wave, we don't we're not bound by that.
I think our audience reflects that too.
Mm.
Hmm. So with 12 members on stage, how do you maintain tight chemistry both musically and personally?
Like Chris said, with that many people, we're just
Yeah.
packed together usually.
Tight chemistry is a great way to describe it. The musical chemistry I'd say is something that just either happens or it doesn't, right?
Uh,
And that's one of the things. Like we have a lot of great people in the band, a lot of great talent. So, and there's been some changeover, right? So that because of like the personal chemistry, right? Sometimes like
oh.
you gotta be great music. You gotta vibe with the people,
Hmm.
um, and maybe make a little money out of it. But like you gotta at least have two of those, right? So if you only have one of them, it's probably gonna be a struggle bus.
Well, with ska, normally the money part is not part of it.
No,
No, not at all.
I
yeah,
think that the key to the stage stuff is that we listen to each other
Hmm.
on stage, even if there's no monitors or whatever. Like
Mm.
we try our best to like everybody kind of listen and play off each other, and that's something that like us all being old people like and playing music for a long time, like you don't just develop that. Like it's either you either have it or you don't, and
Hmm.
like at this point we're like there's not enough time to with 12 people at a practice, like Chris said, like even if you're there, even if you need something to work on, you may not get it, right? Like you got to show up ready to go, and the practice is actually like listening to one another and playing, how we're playing together as opposed
Mhm.
to learning a part or figuring something out. Sometimes we do that, but it's really like, hey, you're expected to show up and play,
Mhm.
like, and if you can't, well, okay, that's fine, but go, you got it next time, and then, we'll maybe have a conversation later. But that translates to stage, right? Like
Yeah.
that does translate to stage because we don't have to think about it as much. We just have to listen to one another.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
more
what I
the
was
more.
gonna.
Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead,
Oh, go
Scott.
ahead,
You go.
Chris.
I've already spoken on this. You go.
Oh, I was just gonna say kind of what Eric said is that, yeah, I mean, everybody in this band is professional musicians who've been doing this for a long time and know what it takes to make a stage sound good, no matter how shitty the stage is, how good or bad the sound system is, how,
Mhm.
what a jerk the sound guy is. You, over all these years, you learn what you have to do to make something sound good, and everybody in the band can do that. So, yeah, it just fits together. And actually, with 12 people, it's great because when you got that many people with that much experience, playing with that kind of energy, man, it's a blast.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah, you
if
can
it's
hear
the sound guy's first day. We had that happen twice when
Oh
there were
yeah.
14 of
first day.
us.
Oh
That
no.
had to be fun.
I was gonna say you can hear this tightness in your songs, and
The
the
arrangement.
yeah.
So your band has members, of course, of Bob Harvey, Jay Navarro and the Traders, Hillbilly Knife Fight. I love that name.
One of
The
the best names ever,
Exception,
right?
The Exceptions, Telegraph, Superdot, Detroit Rhythm Crew, Detroit Party Marching Band. That's one I haven't heard of though. What's
Yeah,
that?
they're one of those marching bands that goes around the bars and places and just plays New Orleans kind of stuff. And the person who was part of that is not in the band anymore, but so maybe I better check that off the website. But yeah, they're pretty big around here. They do all kinds of stuff, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's like a New Orleans kind of marching thing.
Yeah, and to lead into that, I know what in 2 days on Saturday, you guys are playing the Splish Splash
Oh,
Bash. You're not.
not Killer Diller, not this year.
Not this year. The Loyal is right.
Yeah, Kara and I are, but
You
Yeah.
two are
not
playing.
Killer
Okay.
Diller. Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry. I could have sworn
yeah.
that I
We
saw that
played it last year.
was
Last year.
last. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
And
Uh,
that was the first year of it. They're doing a really cool thing, Chris and Sarah Van Ash. It's a charity thing. They're bringing
mm,
all these bands. It's literally in their backyard. They have a pool. That's why they call it the Splish Splash Bash.
oh, cool.
And it's a real seat of your pants kind of thing, but turned out a great time last year. And I bet this year is going to be even better. And it's gotten a lot bigger. Like there was a lot of bands last year. I think there's twice as many bands this
Yeah,
year.
there
So,
there are two stages this year too.
oh wow,
Really?
okay, wow.
Mhm.
Wow, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jose.
Yeah. How do you navigate arranging horn parts for such a large section? What's the collaborative process like?
We tell the horn players to figure it out. There are no horn players here.
Yeah, there's no horn players here, so we
For
can
this
really trash them.
band.
That's right. The beatings will continue until morale improves.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
No, John or Steve usually like collaborate, and they are like fantastic musicians, classically trained, union people. Like, I mean, they're fantastic at what they do musically. And they'll come up with some parts and then maybe send them to me, and I'll kind of mix the part for them or whatever, and then we'll farm them out to, sax player like Aaron, our newer sax player Aaron is also musically amazing too. So there's like, and our trumpet player who's switching now, she's too good, so she has she has opportunities in other ways, right? So again, that's the kind of blessing and the curse of this band with real professional musicians,
Mm,
right? When we all have, it's hard to keep people sometimes because not anything personally, it's because they are wanted by other groups, right? And paid gigs and all other kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Um, particularly horn people, right? Um, that are that talented are, you know,
Hard to come by.
Yeah.
And who will play for the peanuts that we can pay? I mean, I wish we could pay more, but we just, this many people, it's a real trade-off because it's so much fun having that big orange section on stage. But then again, you know what? It's not going to pay very well. So
I like my favorite part about that is we worked with like a trumpet player who was amazing. Still is amazing, whatever. And then I went to pick my kid up at high school and he was the band director for the camp. And
Oh.
I was like, "Oh crap! Hey, what's up, man? Like, what's going on?" Like, and then our last trumpet player now, Josie, she's teaches one of my kids' friends who's in high school band. Like, she's her private teacher. Like, so, like, it's all like that kind of stuff is all very cool and interesting, and
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
That's what Allie from Stop the Presses does.
yeah,
She's a music
yeah.
teacher too.
Yeah.
So, Kara, please tell us about the song "Just Try to Stop Me." I assume that's something that's close to your heart. Can you talk to us about that song, please?
Sure. So, that one was written kind of with some nods to my past and some people that kind of held me back, and um, maybe one in particular, my ex-husband, but it's mainly about how I feel like I found my strength again. Because that's definitely true. Like I said, I took 20 years off music. I stopped creating art. I
Mm,
basically just kind of woke up every day and did what I was supposed to do, and that was it. But put my dreams on hold.
mm,
And a lot of that was because of other voices, saying you're not good enough or whatever. So I wanted to write a song that was about reclaiming your strength and not letting those voices get to you if they're outside or inside.
mm.
So that's really what's at the root of it. And I'm a big believer in, it's never too late to follow your dreams. I'm 45 years old. Like it's, look at Julia Child. She was at least my age. So, I wanted it to be a message, and then also a message to women. Because I feel like there's a lot of us that, experience that situation. Of being told to kind of be smaller, be quieter, or, so just about being strong and taking up space.
Thank you.
Cool. Now you guys cover a bunch of songs, right? Don't You Want Me by the Human League, and then just another one. How do you guys fall into covering these songs? Do you have future coverings in the works?
uh, we're trying to do more original stuff.
Uh,
We do quite a few covers in the set, and they're all great covers. But we're really, I think, starting to get our own sound together, and
mm,
that really is coming through in some of the newer originals. Don't You Want Me, Baby was interesting because that was going to be another specialized project last summer, and we
oh,
didn't get it done in time.
oh,
So we were kind of bummed about that because it came out really well, and it was funny too. It was a very democratic process about what song we were going to pick, and
mm,
everybody put in songs they wanted, and it kind of narrowed it down to like 5 different songs, and then everybody voted. And that was the last song I wanted to do. I was like, oh my God, I've hated that
Oh,
song since 1982 or whatever. It came out great. It sounded like my favorite song to play live.
is it?
But because we didn't get it on the specialized thing, we just released it as our own single earlier in the year. Yeah. So
I love
hopefully
it.
we got the newest one. We got the last specialized in on time. Barely, but we got it in on time.
Nice.
It's a definite crowd pleaser. That one is, and
Yeah.
I think one of maybe it was you, Eric, was like if you know this song, if you listen to the song, it's time for your colonoscopy or something
Colonoscopy.
like that, right? It is Kara. Yeah, like if you knew the song when it came out. But no, it's a crowd pleaser. People sing along. Like that's a
Hmm.
it's a fun song to do.
Nice. Yeah.
Who did you guys deal with Specialized? Was it Paul Willow or did you go through Mida?
This time through Meta.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mida's a good guy.
we played, the Traders played over there for the event, one year, the year after the Crombies first went.
Oh
So
yeah.
like, I know the Pauls from that, and then I was a Scapone for a minute at Supernova. I played with them on stage. I played trumpet with them when they
Oh,
came over. So so that was the connection there. Like
Hmm.
that's what actually for me started like everybody like getting the Specialized thing. Rhythm Crew is on like every comp, I think, but that's because Rhythm Crew is just me. It's really easy to write things and record things quickly when it's just you, right? And then like I asked people like Kara to sing for me, or somebody to John to play trombone or whatever, and so we did, I think the third one I did or something like that, was the specials, but like all the weird specials stuff.
Hmm.
So we did Alcohol, off of the special AKA, which is like one of my favorite songs ever. And Kara nailed that song vocally, and John just like destroyed the. I think Scott, you played drums on that too, right?
Yeah, I'm on that, and that's when I first became aware of Kara too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of how Specialized all connected, and then Middow like became a part of it somehow. I don't know where that came from, but that's cool. Like awesome, like even
Yeah.
more.
He's like
Um,
the US connection.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So, but Eric, you Detroit Rhythm Crew was through here in California many months ago, I believe, right?
No,
There was
no,
something that I saw Detroit Rhythm Crew was actually playing.
not in California.
I could have sworn I saw this. I
We
must
play.
be totally
We
wrong.
do actually play, now, but it started as a studio project, and now it's become something more. But the stuff that we play is local here, and sometimes in Chicago.
Got it.
Like that. I think we played a couple shows in Chicago at Reggie's and stuff like that. But
Maybe
um,
that was it.
mainly, it's just here. The
Okay.
Traders were, we did a West Coast tour,
Hmm.
2 summers ago
Yeah,
with
you
Stop
guys
the
played at
Presses. And,
the Knitting Factory here.
yep,
Mhm.
yep, yeah,
Yeah,
and all the way to Tijuana.
with
So
Stop the Presses too, I think.
yeah, Stop the
Yeah,
Presses. Yeah, they were on the tour. So
yeah, that's right.
yeah.
So it looks like I'm 0 for 2 on some of these questions. Damn.
I'll gladly, if you got money to fly us out to there, I'll bring Rhythm Crew anytime. We'll also bring Killer Diller out there. I let's do it.
Who's we? I thought it was just you.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I can work with John and from Smoke and Mirror Sound System,
Yeah.
and get
Well,
we can put a band together.
John's
He's on the last record for Rhythm Crew too, and so is Brian from Monkey. So like I got enough West Coast people. We can do something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so John's only 2 hours, south of us,
Okay.
in San Diego there. And when you talking about Brian, you're talking about Brian Wallace, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Brian's maybe an hour away. His house was before it got burned down, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know now. Was it my question? I don't remember,
go
Jose.
for another one, man. You go for it.
I was looking online. I saw you guys had a connection to Matt Wixon. What is that, Max? Does he live near you? Does he play with you guys sometimes? How does that happen?
He's from Detroit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Detroit, and so I think just a lot of the people in the band have known him over the years, and yeah. So I
I
don't
think
know. I don't
that
think he's playing anymore, is he? I haven't
Yeah,
seen
he's
him.
coming back into it. He's
Is
now
he?
playing an acoustic set or whatever with the No Ways and everybody else the next couple weeks or
Oh,
whatever. Um, but I've played with Matt and known Matt since he was like 13, 14, something like that. Like when he first started playing,
Mhm.
back when ska was dead or whatever you want to call it, and the aughts, as the kids call it these days, right? I was still playing. I was playing with 1592, and I was still doing things and giving people shows like the Pinstripes and you know uh, the Snails and all that Green Room Rockers and all of
Mm.
those few bands in 1592. We would all trade shows. So anytime they came through, like Matt was playing, open those shows. You know.
Yeah, it looks like he does the acoustic thing, like Chris Murray, like Acoustic Hurt. They should have a festival with just
music.
Dudes with guitars. Dudes with acoustic guitars.
Dudes with this guitar.
I'll put that right next to the choir concert that I'm not going.
Oh God, that's funny.
No offense, Chris Murray, I love you.
So, Killer Diller has a couple songs that pay homage to Terry Hall and the movie Dance Craze. Is it safe to say that you guys love the two tone era? What of that era fascinates you guys? I will go with Kara.
Oh man, I gotta go first.
Yes.
I mean, like when I first got into it, it was just the sound. It sounded different than anything I had heard. I mean, I grew up in a household filled with music. My dad likes just about every genre you can think of. Turns out he was a big fan of like Madness and, the Beat and the Specials, but I didn't know. He didn't have that stuff on record, so he wasn't playing it so much. But he listened to a lot of, I guess, what we would consider classic rock, and then he loved, like new wave. Um, so I was hearing that a lot, but it just sounded so different and so full, and it kind of, I don't know, it made me fall in love with like, I don't know how to explain it, but I love music with a lot of layers. So I guess Killer Diller makes sense too.
Yeah.
But like the more there is to it, like the more it kind of speaks to me. And I love horn sections, and my other favorite genre is soul. So, like similar ideas. But yeah, I think it just really it spoke to me because it was something new for me. It wasn't really new because I discovered it in 93, so it had been out for a while. But I had never heard it. And it kind of like I feel like it woke me up, like flipped a switch. And then
Something inside of you.
yeah, and it's still, like the English Beat plays here like every year, and I don't go, well, actually like twice a year now. I don't go to every show because it's generally the same set. But even when I do go to that, I've seen them a ton of times, but I still have so much fun. Like I'll buy a ticket and be like, why am I going? This is going to be the same crap again. And then I go and I dance my ass off and I have a blast. And, I think it's just how the music energizes me that makes it
Mhm.
resonate.
Nice.
Who was it whose favorite two-tone band was the Selector? It was Eric. Which album is your favorite by the Selector?
I mean the first one, right? Like Too Much Pressure is like that's my all to go to. But I really do like the progression of them. That's one of my favorite things about the Selector. Like Hairspray, like took me completely by surprise. That record, I was like, what the hell is this? Like what? And then, they came back. I don't remember their third record. There was a live record or something like that, that it was great. Um, I like the fact that, the more that I learned about the Selector and the more that I like researched and did all this other kind of stuff, that they were a studio band and just kind of a like thrown together because the Specials needed a B-side for their first record, right? And like so they were just the random studio guys that were in the band,
Yeah.
that just put too much pressure on it and like that was
Ah,
it,
too much pressure.
So I always dug that. And then Pauline is just like amazing, and I got to interview her and work with her at Supernova last year, and it was like that was the highlight of my like ska life, really. Playing with the original Scotalites, and then that, like, my God.
Mm.
So I don't know, like their whole catalog I don't love, but I love their whole catalog, if that makes any sense at all.
My
Like,
favorite is the second album.
yeah.
Yeah, with Cool Blue Lady and
Yep.
Washed Up or Dead and all those that's an amazing one. We got to see before Supernova they played only one show, or no, two shows here.
Two shows.
A festival and then they played
No,
at the
but
Glass
no,
House.
no values. I went to that one. I saw them there, and then Pomona.
And
Yeah,
then they at the Glass House. We
the
saw that. So
Glass House. Yes.
we got to or I don't know if you did. I was the second
No,
person
you
in
did.
line to wait to talk to her and get a
Oh,
photo and all that stuff. But it was 3 days before Gaps passed away,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, it was, we were talking to her about that, but
Mhm.
she was kind of sad.
Mm.
But that's why they didn't do any other tour. She just wanted to come in here for a couple things and then take off to get back to
Mm.
him.
Mm.
Was it my question? I
Well, I
think it was
don't
you.
know if Chris wanted to answer or.
What do you like about
So
two-tone, right?
Yeah.
I'm not big on two tone. I like it, but I think I like the portability of it, right? And just like a little bit of crossover into mainstream. The fact that it gives kind of lends a little bit of credence to our genre and like some popularity, and to get people thinking about it, people listening to that type of music, and gives them a chance to maybe experiencing something, and it's something that they wouldn't listen to in the first place, and go a little deeper into what we're doing.
Yeah, I like what, two tone as far as, when you think about London, back in those days, there was a lot of racial issues. And, the skins and the punks all came together, and the reggae guys, and, really brought, all the black and white kids together. And, the original skins were not freaking Nazi punks. They were cool as shit. And they were, that whole community came together, and which is why they call it two tone. And so,
Mhm.
that to me is one of the coolest things about two tone, besides the amazing music and the horn sections and the killer bass players. And I mean, and Terry Hall, I mean, just so much to it. That social aspect of it too was
Mhm.
really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that came out after that. I think like Romper Stomper. I mean, they're those skinhead movies. This is England.
Yeah.
Green
What else?
Street,
American
Main
History
Street,
X.
Hooligan.
Things like that. It became really big. There was a bunch of other ones. Suburbia, of course, had a bunch. It was all punk though. But yeah, that's how I learned about a lot of stuff after the two tone thing. Learning about the whole skin culture and all that too.
Yeah.
That's your question. Or,
Go ahead.
oh, okay. I'll ask another one. Um, so Killer Diller are known for a high octane, ridiculous, danceable live shows, right? What's your favorite onstage moment so far?
I'll tell you mine. We played a gig up north, actually on a lake at a lake house,
Uh,
and we're playing a song, and it's all going good, and then the vocals supposed to come in. Oh, Chris, where's Chris? Chris, he dove in the lake and was swimming out to a boat in the middle of the lake.
what? Why,
In
Chris?
Okay, in my defense, it was the last song, and I thought we were done. I thought I was done singing. Apparently, I wasn't. Uh, but it was a great place to play. Like all the boats, a bunch of pontoon boats came and like gathered around. Um, and I actually, when I was thinking about doing this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick a boat. So I ran out to the edge of the dock, and I'm like, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? And like this one group, they're like, way over here, man. I just dove in and I swam out to them and then hung out with them, had drinks, and just was partied for the afternoon. For that, it was awesome.
Awesome.
So that's a good memory. My Another one for me would be Bliss Fest last
That's what I was
year.
gonna say too. Yeah, that was
So
surprising.
yeah, it was. So if you're not familiar with Bliss Fest, it's like a bunch of hippies just camping in the woods, and they got music like nonstop, and then they've got
Not a
like
bunch,
yoga.
like 10,000. Like there were so many
That's a
people
bunch.
there.
That's a bunch.
Yeah.
Um, but the show was amazing. Like the crowd, the energy was amazing. But beyond that, like I felt like cared for
Hmm.
by the people that were hosting us, right? And I don't remember, I don't know this kid's name, but like I wanted a cider. I was really into ciders at that point. He's like, okay, I'll go get you one. He brought me one. He's like, do you like this? No, I don't like that one. He brought me another one. How about this? I was like, I'm looking for something a little sweeter. He finds it once he finds the one I want, like he's just like nonstop going and getting them and bringing them to me like through the whole
Wow.
set. I'm like, this kid is awesome. Like
That's
you're
awesome.
my hero here. I
He
mean,
started bringing
but
them to me then too, which I
yeah,
liked.
yeah. But I mean, the vibe there. I mean, you get a bunch of hippies in the woods, 10,000 hippies in the woods, right? And it's just it's communal, it's acceptance, it's love, it's fun. And the music vibes, and yeah, that was probably one of my best concerts I've ever played, actually.
Cool.
Yeah, I would say the same. And for me, so I grew up punk mostly. And so you can imagine my viewpoint of hippies. Like Um, so, I was kind of like, oh God, what's this gonna be like? And to be fair, I have hippies as friends too, but still, I'm like, ugh. And we got there early and, we checked out, we were on the second stage and it was in a tent, like a very large tent, but still like a tent, and watched some of the music earlier on in the day. And, there was like a couple hundred people in there. So we're like, okay, this will be fine. Um, I think the final count was well over 2,000
Oh,
that
wow.
smashed their way into that tent. Every single person was dancing. We had what was at the time a brand new song. Like, I don't remember, guys, but that was one of the first times I think we played it live.
Which one?
And the whole audience, everything's gonna be
All right.
all
Oh,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
The
you're right.
entire
Oh,
audience, so a couple thousand
Yeah.
people, they
uh,
were all singing along.
wow.
To a new
And we
song.
just kind of
So a
let
new
them
song.
go for a minute. And it
Wa-
was it
Wow.
like I got tears. So
Mm.
it was
That's
Yeah, we
cool.
just it's a real simple chorus. We taught it to them, and they
oh,
just rolled it over and
awesome.
over, and like we sat in that moment for a long time because it was right.
Did you guys get like chills and all that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Oh,
sure. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
That's
why
why
you
you,
do this.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Now, last week, and I'm trying not to go 3 for 3 or 0 for 3. Last week, your band just played with John's old bandmate, John Bunkley from The Exceptions. Am I correct on that? That you guys played with John
Ding,
Bunkley?
ding, ding, ding,
Okay.
ding, ding.
Ah,
Got
I
that
got
one
it
right.
right. How was that whole experience? Yeah, playing with like an old guy from Detroit.
Oh, we
I'm
love
older than he
John.
is.
It was a lot of fun. It was cool to see him on stage again. He doesn't perform a ton anymore. Um, but he probably should. But yeah, it was a blast.
He was
Yeah, that
also
rock
in Gangster
steady's,
Fun, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, the rock steady stuff that John's doing, like when he's playing with that band, is freaking great. It's really, really good. I do wish he'd play more, but
Yeah,
he's
his
got
most
another
recent
band.
album's great. Like it's very catchy.
Yeah,
It'll get stuck in your head.
yeah.
Um,
But he's got another band with actually Jay Navarro. I'm not sure if you know that. Now I'm blanking on their name. What are they
the
called?
bore outs.
The Borouts, like a garage rock thing. It's got Cole Molina on bass, and yeah, they so he does
Rob
that
Paul and
too.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, he does that too. And the last time I actually saw him perform before that was he sat in for Dan Vitale of Bim Scala Bim at Supernova because Dan was sick,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
John sat in and sang all the tunes. It was amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, we had Dan on here
Dan.
a couple months ago, and we asked him about that whole experience thing. Um, and I think he just said he couldn't come because he couldn't get off. He couldn't get his visa, right? I think he
yeah.
said.
The
Oh, is
visa.
that what it
Yeah.
was?
Yeah, he
Uh-huh.
couldn't get over because he had to go down to Costa Rica to get the visa
Yeah.
from where he's
Yeah.
at. So yeah, but that's what's cool about this. We get to find out like the inside stories of things.
My question now.
Mhm.
What's been the biggest challenge of coordinating schedules, rehearsals, and recordings with 12 members?
You just said it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes is yes. Just yes. Yeah.
I'm always kind of amazed that we ever rehearse or play shows or
Yeah.
get anything recorded. So like the fact that it happens is kind of a miracle, but it does
Well,
happen.
and one of our guitar player lives like 3 hours away
Oh,
Yeah.
too, so
Oh.
it's just like that adds another level of complexity. So like in all sense and purposes, this shouldn't happen. This band shouldn't exist, right? Because of how geographically dispersed we are, but it does. So yeah,
Technology helps.
technology
Mhm.
definitely.
Technology really helps.
Okay.
Not with practices, but with recording and the ability. I mean, like COVID taught everybody, including myself, like what to do with technology and how to record and how to like I can't even tell you how many people I just told to go buy that Scarlett interface so that they could record at home with whatever and
Mhm.
got them started so that we could get a track we could get and as soon as they got a track to me then it's fine like then I can do whatever we need to do with it. Now it's not as cool and not as bad. You know, I'd rather have the vibe of a studio and everybody in there a day, and like I would rather do that. But with 12 people, it's not going to happen.
Mhm.
Right.
Right?
But like, yeah,
I
what Eric said about he said it earlier, sending out rehearsal recordings. So if not everybody's there, we basically record every rehearsal, no matter how bad it is or how good it is. At least we have it, so we can send it out to people who weren't there. And then, oh, okay, you changed the chorus. Okay, well, that's good. Now at least I know, So
Mhm.
it really helps to move things along when not everybody can be there.
Hmm.
So I also have to add in technology in another aspect because like my kids were in marching band and they use the band app, right?
What is
And so
that?
like so
Band
it's an
app?
app that the band app. It's just
Yep.
it's like an app on your phone and you actually just create a band app.
I have
Yeah.
it right
You got the
there.
band app?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
have to. I manage a band.
yeah.
I have to have all
So
their fucking schedules.
so I took that from the marching band from my kids, and I was like, "Hey, we need to make one of these for us." And so like we put on there dates that we're going to be on vacation or not available, so we can
Uh-huh.
Oh,
make sure that we plan, block out stuff. Um, we share files on that app sometimes, but usually the calendar is the
There's
biggest
that's awesome.
biggest thing for
there's
us.
also Melonhead that you can use too.
Okay,
Yeah, that's another one too. So because
We,
like
we,
I have one for like the entire band and then one for like the bass player.
we need a podcast
he,
app.
he won't fall in line with the rest of everybody. I don't know why.
Yep.
Daryl, we need a
Between
podcast.
that and
it's fun.
the Master Tour app, like those things have saved my life and changed my life. Master Tour is like the greatest thing I've ever been in part of because I don't have to answer anybody 5 billion times the same thing. Killer Diller doesn't use Master Tour yet, but we will.
This
But
is
it's
an
just
app.
it has all the information on it, and then some. What time are we supposed to be there? What time's dinner? Are we getting sound check? Blah 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 blah. Master Tour. Check the app. Check the app. Check the app. Check the app. When we got set up with that for the traders stuff a long time ago, I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen ever. And then Band app, yeah, for that's awesome.
Eventric.
Sorry.
Eventric. It looks like a Chicago company. Is that it or no?
I don't know.
Ventric Master Tour.
No.
No.
Tour management software.
Yeah.
Is it like a Google or something? Like one of those?
No.
No, it's not one of Master Tour. Oh,
Yep. I'll find it. Hold
Master
on.
Tour app.
Yeah, technology these days though, that it's cool, huh? Makes things roll more
Oh,
efficiently.
I see. Resgo. On Resgo? No.
Um,
Oh
oh, I
well.
just had it up. It has a little mic and a white mic and a
Oh,
red star.
got it. Master Tour Mobile.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, cool. Right on. I'm gonna install that one and see what's up.
And
All
I don't
right.
know if you have to pay for it or whatever. I didn't have to pay for it, but like, bad time people and Brent sent it to me and he uses it all the time. And I was like, this is amazing, dude. Thanks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Thanks for that.
and the band app is the same thing. And then we don't have to go, oh my God, who's out, who's there, who's this, who's that, whose kid is graduating, who's, like whatever. It's all there.
Yeah, the only thing is not I guess it is real time when it does it. The only thing is if you've already booked something and then you go back and you said, "Oh shit, they just
Oh.
put that in there and they just blocked the date." Yeah, I know.
Talk to Scott. He has stories about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna start switching here in a minute. I don't know.
I'm his problem child. Let's just put it that way. Yeah.
Now the Detroit ska scene, it's been prevalent for quite some time. Um, what is that scene like? Is it really unified or is it spread out? Do you play with a lot of the same bands? Is there any bands that like don't really get along that you want to talk about? This type of thing.
Yeah, I hate everybody. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, like go on, somebody then.
Oh, I thought you were talking. No, it's a pretty together scene. I mean, there, of course, there's always going to be some drama here and there, but overall, man, I mean, all the bands get along. We play with them all, and especially, we did a great show around Christmas time with Mustard Plug. They did their Christmas show, and it was us, and of course, they headlined, but the Traders played, And then this other band from around here, you've probably heard of them because they're getting pretty big. It's the Boy Detective.
Mm, yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's a
And the
great set of.
write-ups too.
And the
Oh, and the
write-ups, yeah, they're
write-ups,
great
right,
Right.
too.
right, from
Yeah.
Flint. So all completely, every band's completely different, you know, but still all within the ska genre, and a great show. So, yeah, no, I think this scene's pretty amazing. I'm pretty proud to be part of it for sure.
Hmm.
It's cool too because a lot of the shows are different like the bands are all from different parts of the genre, but it still works and people come out and like Chris and I vary in that third wave is not so much my jam, but like I can still have a good time. And vice versa with him with Two Tone, but I feel like the fans in Detroit are the same way. Like they're not only going to go to third wave shows. They're not
Mm.
only going to go to traditional
Yeah,
shows. Like they're going to go to all the shows. And same thing with the bands. Like it's cool. There's room for everybody. It's basically how it feels to me. And I gotta say, like the scene here, and maybe it doesn't feel the same for everybody from here, but it blows Chicago away. Like so, especially these days. Um, it's a very different feeling. It does feel very united.
Mm.
So it's
It's
cool.
completely different here than in the 90s and the 2000s after it fell out and there was me and a couple other people playing and that was it, and we were playing with rock and rollers and just trying to survive basically. And we're playing with anybody and anybody that will have us, right?
Hmm.
And that's like going back to even the beginning of like that third wave time when we would play with like metal bands and like I'll never forget like we played a show. There was a club called the Falcon Club, which was in Hamtramck, and it turned into a dance club eventually, and now it doesn't exist anymore. But whatever. But Falcon Club, we played a show. I think we opened for Bad Manners, and like this heavy metal hair metal band like opened the whole thing, and I'm like, what the hell? What is happening? And it didn't make any sense, and but whatever. It was still ska. That's what we did, right? And anybody that we could play, we played with. That was the key when we started, or when I started, and then when it went downhill in the aughts to 2015, I guess, or 2014, somewhere around there, right? You play whatever you can play. We play little clubs, little whatever, and oh, there's a garage rock band playing. Okay, fine, we'll play. Or there's, you know, I played more shows with bands that are around here, garage bands and Co's bands and all the other places, than I did with ska bands because there weren't any ska bands right after the initial like Gangster Fun and Telegraph and Suicide Machines, like they stopped or they went to Hollywood and all these other kind of things, like they got out of Detroit, there. And when all of that kind of crashed and Telegraph became Telegraph basically, and Exception stopped playing and all these other things, like it was like a ghost town here. And now to see everybody coming back and kind of just like even to see 50 people at a show is really awesome on a Thursday night. Like I love it. Like I don't need thousands of people. I love that too. But the 50 people that show up are, still dancing around and bopping and having a good time. And that's a lot better than 5 people,
Hmm.
Well, at least you guys still have Eminem. He never quit on Detroit.
Oh,
This is true. This is true.
Now, Eric, with your connections too, I mean, a lot of you, all, of course, and because you've already played Supernova, any plans? Have you guys pitched ideas to them? Because everyone we talk to say it's very hard to get in to play Supernova.
We've applied many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
I last year I did, and this year I'm a part of the Education area of Supernova.
Oh,
So
nice.
I work with. Last year we put on a bunch of things and did the interview with Pauline and did
Mhm.
interviews about books and the books I write and the books that Heather writes, Augustine, and then Aram, and then we had a bunch of authors and stuff and had a little tent and dubbed and all that stuff. This year is going to be even bigger with Education. There's actually a real stage. There's all kinds of cool
Oh.
stuff. I am not going to be able to be there this year, but that's, whatever. Heather will
Oh.
be there and Aram will be there and it'll still be a kick-ass thing. but yeah, that like, it's hard to get on. The Traders played the second one, I think, and then the Suicide Machines played the third, and then the Traders played again last year or 2 years ago, not last year, 2 years or I don't know. I can't even keep a track, but so like yeah, it's hard, but it's also worth it, and it's an amazing festival, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's hard. Tim and April are just by themselves, that like two people run that whole thing really, and they have a lot of help, with volunteers and other people and things that are working. And I'm not trying to take that away from anybody, but when it comes down to organizing stuff, like two people making those decisions is a crazy amount. Like, just think about it.
Mhm.
And they have to deal with this year, particularly all of the international stuff that's happening and all the other crap. And, you know, I just talked, we just had a meeting Wednesday for Supernova with Tim and everybody, and with the Scott education thing, and that was, that's the whole thing. Like, this is
Yeah.
what's going on. So
Mhm.
the people, yeah, hopefully we can play it. I would love, Killer Diller would be perfect there. I would love it. Keep pushing for us, everybody.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
And
please.
if we don't play, I'm going to keep going every year, regardless. I think
Regardless.
this will be my fifth or sixth year going.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
now. So
Yeah, we've been talking with a lot of the international bands because we've got a lot of them lined up for the interviews before Supernova. But we're trying to get shows for Alpheus and Magnetics have a couple shows out here, and
Oh
Lollipop
yeah.
Glory are all going to spend some time out here. And Los Fastidios are thinking about because they're only going to be out here for a week. Daka Skanks is only going to play East Coast, so they can't come out to this side, unfortunately. But yeah, we're trying to get all them and help any other bands that are going to try to be out here because
Mhm.
they're going to be on the East Coast. We want to get them in LA too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the hardest. The funniest thing, I think, was when the Scapones came over here and tried to do a whole across America tour, and they actually did it. I was like, do you guys you don't realize how big America is, right? Like, like, you don't get it, do you? And I talked to Paul, and he's like we put him on a Lager House, guys. If like, that was the show with Crombies and everybody, and like, it was a great show, but they were like, you weren't kidding. Like, I'm like, yeah, you're only in the middle now. Like, you're flying to California, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not driving, right? Like, you can, but not in the time frame that you're like, you got a show in 2 days. You can't drive there.
Exactly. I
So
don't
that's
believe
really
they came
awesome
out here.
if they're even planning or thinking about bouncing from Supernova to LA or to California. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a big jump. Yeah.
Like the Magnetics are they're two of their guys can't play with them. So they're
Yeah.
using two of the guys from the Steady
Steady
45s.
45s,
Yeah,
yeah.
to play out
Oh,
here.
really?
So
Wow.
yeah, because yeah, the thing is we want to book them, but I forgot what his name is. Ollie from
Mhm.
Magnetics.
Yep.
I told him we can't book you out here because you don't even have visas yet. There's no way we're going to try to get something. And so he's running into that same problem because he doesn't have his tickets yet to even get out here.
Mhm.
So who knows what's going to happen?
Mhm. So,
But
what kind?
Supernova is awesome. Get us on there. Let's go.
Yeah.
But we're going to be there again this year.
Cool.
I'll have to
So-
say hi.
Mhm.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Jose will be probably wearing a Ska History Hour T-shirt. I'll be wearing the Goodwin Club T-shirts. That's why.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
How do I get my hand on one of those T-shirts?
Which one? The Ska History
The
Hour?
Scott History Hour, yeah.
We just made two of them. One for each of us.
Limited edition, man. I gotta have it.
I'll sell you mine for $30. So, what kind of lessons have you learned about sustaining a large-scale ska act that you can pass on to upcoming bands?
Don't start a band this big. Stupid.
Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah,
I kicked myself.
we do say that kind of tongue in cheek, but like
Mhm.
when we talk about touring, like that's probably the biggest thing. Like it's going to be, if it ever does happen, like it's going to take an act of Congress kind of thing. But just like probably bad example, but
Yeah. Too soon,
um,
Chris.
oh, sorry, yeah. But no, the logistics, right?
Mm.
start a band with as few people as you possibly can, so you can move quickly and um, yeah. I mean,
And
we do a lot of local stuff, and we're traveling up north a little bit. That's a few hours away.
Mm,
Um, but anything more than a day or two, like it's just
Mm.
not possible.
okay.
and for anyone that does want to start a giant band, they better have really good communication and organization skills because it's a
Yeah,
project. I'm
Yeah,
glad I'm not in charge.
yeah.
it's the
Leverage
second
that
full.
technology.
It's a second full-time job sometimes. Feels like, but I mean, it all depends on where uh, musicians are in their career and what they're trying to do. I kind of
Mm,
knew that none of us were really going to need any money. I mean, none of us are doing it for the money. Um, and so it's more just for having fun and playing some stuff that you really want to play and have a blast doing it. So it kind of just depends where your mindset is. If you want to make money and like make it big, like we've all had our varying degrees of success in this band, and we're not. I'm hoping Killer Diller kind of gets there, and my ultimate goal is to play a European ska festival. I don't know how realistic that is, but that's sort of like the stretch goal. And so if we can get there, great. If not, we're having a blast doing what we're doing as it is.
mm,
There are some bands internationally that do try to trade shows. Like the Butlers from Germany are trading some shows with Umbrella Bed, and they're doing that cross thing. Sonic Boom Six wants to do the same thing. We interviewed them last week about that, and they want to do the same thing. Like when they came out to the States, they want to bring other bands out there as well. So I think that's like a new thing that's coming up where bands are trading off. Hey, let's go to your pond and or across the pond to you, and vice versa.
Nice.
Another okay. So for our viewers that have not heard of Killer Diller before, what song should they queue up and why?
I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean,
It's a hard
anything.
one.
Yeah, all the ones on we have the two EPs out, and they're all pretty darn good, and they're
Yeah, they're
all
all pretty good.
pretty high energy stuff. There's the one song that I think is really good. Kara sings it called what's it called?
Pendulum.
Pendulum.
Pendulum. So that's
Pendulum.
more of a slower rock steady. Most of the stuff on those EPs is ska, but Pendulum, definitely dials it back a little bit. It's just got a cool groove, and Kara sounds amazing on it. That would be one to maybe check out just for something different. But then Terry Hall is kind of our barn burner.
Mm,
I'm
Terry
gonna
Hall.
go with accountability
okay.
Especially right
because
now.
yeah, I mean it has like
Political.
our power, it has the good horns, it has vocals, it kind of has everything there. Um, that if you wanted like a Killer Diller sound, I think
Mm,
that's kind of
Yeah.
where you're. But I like Pendulum, it works too. Like I mean, they're all good, but
mhm, mhm.
Cool. Now, what are each of your current favorite ska bands? Doesn't have to be from your area, but internationally, nationally, what do you guys gravitate towards now?
I'm looking on my ska stuff 2024 mix that I kind of put together. Um, and oh man, there's so much good stuff on here. Big Boss Sound is amazing. Um, you know them, Big Boss Sound?
Nope.
Oh,
I just shake
geez,
my head like I do.
check them out. It's a real like dirty reggae kind of thing. A little bit like uh, I can't think of
aggro.
any name. Yeah, a little bit like the Aggrolites. Um, that Alpheus record is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The Ska Flakes are great. And I love what's his name in Patsy. Who- Who's the
Elmo and
Boss,
That
Patsy.
played
Boss
at
Capone,
Supernova.
Boss
the
Capone,
Boss Capone and
Boss Capone
Patsy.
and that Boss Capone and
Patsy.
Patsy record is freaking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Anyone else?
Um, I gravitate a lot towards so like I love the Crombies, but I'm friends with them, so that feels weird sometimes, but maybe it makes it even better. Like, because I always have a blast when I see them. Root Girl Review always makes me very smiley, especially live. Um, I actually told them when they played Supernova that first time. Um, it was before I was in Killer Diller, but I was standing there and I was like, I need to get back on stage. Like they inspired me. I'm like, this is
Oh,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Like I have to get back on stage. So that became a goal that I didn't pursue too hard, but then I manifested it or something. But yeah, they're a ton of fun. Um, I do dig the chains, so I'm
Yeah.
hoping, like, I hope they make it over to Supernova. That'll be a good one. And then, yeah, like those are probably the ones I can think of right now.
I gotta big up all the bad time people. I mean, every one of those bands, I would love to listen to more and more every day. They all do interesting things. The Pomps are like weirdly cool. Like I love them a lot. Um, and then because I'm all like kind of dub leaning, like the Flying Vipers are like amazing.
Mhm.
And all of the newer kind of dub projects that are happening are really cool. That's what I've been into a lot. I mean, my whole life, but the new stuff I like on Easy Star Records and that kind of thing. Um, that's kind of where I'm at. I do like the chains a lot too, but I mean, those are where I'm at. I've been listening to that. My biggest records really are dub based.
Very nice. Chris, I don't know if he's
Oh,
paused or
yeah.
if he was
So,
asleep. I don't know what's going on there.
I'm
Is he frozen? No.
It is past my witching hour, you know.
what they said was,
Did you hear the question?
yeah, I did. So the Boy Detective, I really enjoyed playing with them, listening to their new stuff. And I really enjoyed playing with and listening to Half Past Two. Like
Hmm.
those guys are just, it's got a cool vibe. So they were a fun band. Yeah,
Cool.
but
Awesome.
I'm always going to root for the local guys. I want especially those guys because they're just cool people. I want them to make it.
Yeah, Boy Detective's super fun.
Yeah, if you haven't been to one of their shows, you need to because their group cuddle time in the middle of their show is it's pretty
Puddle
amazing.
Puddle.
Huddle puddle, thank you.
Yeah, cuddle puddle.
Yeah, they're from like an hour away from here. They're in Orange County, I believe.
No, not half past two.
No,
We're talking about Boy
that's Half Past
Detective.
Two. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
okay.
talking
I'm
about Boy
sorry.
Boy
Detective. Yeah.
Detective.
Oh, Boy Detective. Yes, got it. Uh, Now, since we know that ska does not pay the bills, if you care to share, what are each of your occupations?
Well, that's why I was late for the call because I completely spaced that we had this because I'm crashing on a huge project. I do communications for Mercedes-Benz Financial, actually, for the global CIO. And we've got a huge um, the IT convention next week that I'm preparing all the stuff for. And I was just like, oh shit, oh my God, I'm so behind. This sucks. I'm so behind. And then I see Kara's text. Oh, I totally spaced it. Like, oh my God. But yeah, but it's a great gig. I mean, I've been there for, I don't know, almost, well, 8 years now, I think, 7 years. It's just a really great job. So I love it.
Great.
I guess I'll go. I'm a national account manager for a pet food company. So, so yeah, basically higher level sales. But it has to do with dogs and cats, and it's awesome
That
because
has
I
anything
love
with
my animals.
animals,
So,
yeah.
so it's a cool gig. I'll plug the company because it's fine that people know it, but it's good food. It's called Stella and Chewy's. So
Oh, okay. Like a homemade type of or
it's raw
raw.
focused, but we've been around 21, 22 years.
Oh, wow.
So it was one of the first freeze-dried raw company.
Oh.
So
Cool.
How long have you been with them, Kara?
6 years. So yeah. And I still like it, so that's saying something. Like
No one else? That's okay. You
Oh,
guys don't
that's
have to.
fine. I mean, Chris, are you asleep
Oh.
again?
No, I'm awake. I'm awake.
Okay.
I'm awake. Go ahead though.
Oh,
I love it.
I've been teaching college for 20 something years.
Wow.
I have I teach writing and literature. I'm a lit prof, and I have my writing class I've transformed into writing about music. So you have to write about music, and argue, in composition too. And I luckily I have no idea how I did it, but I melded both of my worlds, so I teach what I play and what I do. And so I'm really lucky about that, and I'm really, like, I guess, honored to do that, because I've taught when I was on tour every time. I was just online teaching, and checking in the hotel. I'll wake up in the morning, have coffee, and teach a class, and
Hmm.
then go play a show. So, and that is amazingly, like, again, to me, like, I would never have taken an online class as a student. I don't think I could ever do that. But I've been teaching online since like '02, '03.
Hmm.
And it's I do in person as well, but you know I really enjoy it. I like teaching, and I get to talk and write and do all the stuff that I do for fun as a job. So that's cool.
That's awesome.
Cool. So I work as so I'm kind of a Renaissance man, right? But and I've got one main gig, which is I work as a safety program manager, safety and occupational health program manager, and I've got a lot of side gigs. Like I'm starting a safety consulting business. That's going pretty well. I've been a business coach. Actually, before earlier this evening, I was helping a young lady. She was some career coaching stuff. So just helping people solve problems is kind of what I do. I'm a helper, but like that's the main job pays the bills. The other stuff, it actually puts some good vibes out in the world. Makes an impact on people, and then all of it allows me to be able to play music and enjoy my life and my family and my music. So
Awesome. Now, back in the day, we know comps were a big deal for learning about new bands. Do you feel that with all the different comps that you guys have been on, do you feel that you've gained more exposure from being on these compilations?
Hmm,
I would say
good
yeah.
question.
I mean, I hope so, but
That's the reason, right?
well, you guys heard of us, so that's cool.
yeah, you don't live in Detroit, so
True. True.
Where did I hear about you guys? Maybe it was through Bandcamp or a post or something. And then I ordered your CDs, and I think Brent reached out to me in April, I think it was,
Yeah.
saying he was, a Grammy Award winner and your band and all this stuff. And I just let him know. I said, dude, we're like way busy with all the stuff, and that's why unfortunately, finally able to get to you guys, um, because we're like months out on interviews. We have so many interviews that we haven't even released. Like Scapone's, we interviewed like a month ago, and we're not going to release it for another couple weeks. Um,
Yeah.
but ones
Yeah.
that we do, like if you guys, let's say that you guys are like going on tour or something like that, and you're leaving in like a week, we'll throw that. Jose will do the edit real fast. We'll get it out there, and we'll try to promote the fuck out of you guys. We kind of did that with the braces and the prize fighters. I know we were blowing up all the fucking social media. Sorry, but that's kind of what we like to do. Our whole thing doing this channel is to just let people know about bands that they may not know about, things that they don't know about the band, and also to promote anything that you may have. That's what our whole intention of this is. So, yeah, pretty much it.
Well, we definitely appreciate it. Everything you're doing, and Mida, and there's so many great people that are keeping the ska scene alive, and making sure new bands get some exposure. And yeah, so thank you for what you're doing, because I know it's not easy. That's a definitely a labor of love.
Oh yeah, for all of us, it's a good thing that the YouTube channel pays my bills. I don't have to even work.
Like, you
I'm
get
just
money?
kidding. I'm just kidding. You see Jose's face is on. I get paid
Yeah.
shit.
All right, Mr.
I
Beast.
did that with a
I know,
joke,
Mr.
bro.
Beast, exactly.
Yeah, you're all right.
You should have seen everybody's reactions. Some of you are like, really? And who
Yeah, no, I was thinking,
talking
yeah,
about?
that's what I did. What?
Wait, we gotta start a podcast. No.
Yeah, I know. Oh God. Uh, so what are each of your pet peeves or addictions, if you care to share with us?
I don't like the sound of people chewing.
Oh,
Yeah, not a fan.
What about an
In Michigan,
addiction for you? Don't care to share? That's okay.
I don't like. I don't know. I was addicted to all kinds of things. I'm an addicted personality. I'm like, like whatever. I haven't had a drink or a smoke or since October. So, like I'm not doing any of that shit anymore. Unfortunately, I like it a lot. It's not because of that, but I like life better. So, like so that's kind of like
We like
my
having
pet.
you around
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
sometimes.
Yeah, I get it. That's fine. Um, yeah, I don't have. I mean, my pet peeve. I don't know. People that treat other people like shit.
that's
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, I mean that's
Mhm.
That's what I was gonna say. People being dicks to each other. That's
Yeah.
what that was
That's
gonna
like
be my
less of
pet
a
peeve.
pet peeve and more of a non-negotiable.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Or it's like people going out of their way to be jerks. Like,
yeah.
Like-
Why?
I don't like
Easier
when
to be-
people correct me either. I'm just kidding.
well, actually,
Someone said recently on their on this, I forgot who it was, but they said um people in front of, like, cars in front of me. Oh, it was what's her name from Bounce House? She said
Oh.
her pet peeve was anybody that's in the car in front of her. Those people,
I can understand that. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that.
like,
Yeah,
damn
yeah,
car, get out of my
you know.
way! I gotta go.
Slow
they don't belong
walkers.
there.
Walkers.
I would say my addiction. I'll say my addiction is starting new projects. Not finishing new projects, starting new projects, and
Yeah.
yeah, it drives my wife crazy.
Talk to Jose.
What are you talking about?
He's a busy guy. So Jose's releasing music now and promoting shows, and he's might be in a playing trumpet in a local band here, and he does Ska History Hour and Skanky Force Media. This guy,
Nice.
he's
He's a
like
man
all
after my own heart.
yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Scott, what about you?
Oh,
You care.
shit. I mean, yeah, definitely the idiot people is one. But when you talked about cars, actually, you know what? There's a lot of roundabouts out here now in Michigan. They're getting more and more all the time, and people don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I hate when people don't stay in their lane and they
Oh,
kind of
they
drift
drift?
over in roundabouts. Like, I'm going to get you.
Are those roundabouts all by where you live, like by the lakes and stuff?
Yeah, we've got so many
There's a
roundabouts out
lot,
here.
like west and north, like a ton.
Okay. I
They're
live in
always
the city
adding
of
more.
Detroit, and there are no roundabouts. I think people would shoot each other.
Ah,
Like,
Is the St. Andrews Hall still around?
yeah,
yeah.
They still have that place? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. They just fixed last year, 2 years ago. They just had to fix the floor because it caved in.
Oh shit. The floor in the top or the
Yeah,
bottom?
the top had a
Yeah.
hip hop show.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
there was a place, a record store out. There's two records. There's Beat Hotel.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
It's
No.
not there anymore. And there was the Warehouse, not the local one, but I think it was in Ann Arbor. By the
There is,
college?
that's not there anymore
It's not there
either.
anymore.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Warehouse Records. Wasn't that sort of like a local chain? Wasn't there a few of those? Or
Mhm.
That was back in the day. Is your exact same one back in the
No, it's a
90s?
different one.
Oh,
It wasn't the national chain. It was
okay.
There was a
Oh, okay.
local chain.
The
It was
Warehouse,
Warehouse
yeah.
Records. Yeah.
Okay.
Warehouse Records. Yeah. Now, what does the future hold for Killer Diller? Any new material coming out that we can know about?
we're trying. We've got a bunch of really good stuff that we're working on. And well, besides the Proud Mary thing that'll be on Specialized, all the original stuff, it all is going to be so good. We just got to get it done, and it's like it's a challenge with this many people and trying to pull it together. But
We're waiting on the
uh,
drum tracks.
You call them
All
out.
that's all that's left to do is everything.
Is
yeah,
everything. We have a really
yeah.
good practice demo of a whole record, but yeah.
But yeah, we definitely want to get something out, maybe a full length, not these
Yep.
little EP things, but do a full length. And I think we're just about have the good enough quality of tunes for, like 10 to, what do we count the other day, Eric? 10 or
14.
something? 14.
14.
And so, yeah, I mean, it would be, yeah. So, yeah, what is it? 2028, we'll probably have it ready.
That's when you'll
About,
Mark your calendar.
that's actually a pretty accurate. It
I know.
like, to be with vinyl pressing and everything, and yeah, that's
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
yeah, and that's when you'll send the mastered copy to Tim and April.
yeah.
Now, where can we find your music, both digital and physical?
Physical, not really. I mean,
At our shows.
at our
Bandcamp.
shows and Bandcamp, we have the CDs, but yeah, that's about it. But then we're on all the streaming platforms, so
Got it.
And you can go to Abbey Productions, youtube.com/Abbey Productions, and click on Killer Diller, and the whole playlist of all of our videos are there, along with all kinds of other music too. And please subscribe so I can start making money. But no, that's like a holding cell of all of our videos and everything like that too. So the Killer Diller playlist off of that site from YouTube is really, it will give you a history of the band too if you look closely enough, right? Like and
okay.
who's playing and who's not, and when Chris comes in, and then when Kara comes in, and like all these different parts are there. So it's all there.
Yeah. We were stoked when we got 100 subscribers.
Yep.
We were
Me
saying,
too.
what the hell? And Mr. Beast just has millions.
Yep. I think I when I crossed 200, it was one of my kids, and I was like, yes. And then they deleted themselves.
What are your kids?
And then they're like, whatever, Dad, shut up. And I'm like, they unsubscribed. I'm like, you little shit. I'm like, I'll kill you.
That's funny.
And then somebody else put it over 200, and I was like, haha.
Okay.
I know.
You know?
We were like 99 for a little bit, and then I told my kids to subscribe. I made my kids subscribe, even though they hate ska for some strange reason. But I told them to subscribe. That got us over the hump. Oh God. Okay. Now, any last words that you have for your fans, the fans of Killer Diller out there, or the subscribers of our channel?
My favorite thing about these podcasts is this question, right? So this is what I tell everybody, right? You don't have to be good at something to do it. Keep creating, keep doing it, keep putting shit out there. Fuck AI, fuck everything else like that. Do your work. Even if it sucks and you like it, just keep doing it. Fuck off. Like, who cares? Like, I can't draw for shit. I like drawing though. Like, like and I'm not gonna ever, like, it doesn't matter. It's not for anybody else. It's for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's
yeah,
all.
especially these days with all this shit going on, everybody needs a little outlet, and music and art is, a great way to do it. And yeah, Eric's right. You just gotta keep doing it. Just don't worry about what other people think. It's all about you. You make it your own, and feed off it, and then other people will start to dig it. If they see that from you.
Yeah, I'd say just keep going to shows, keep supporting music, keep supporting each other. I think it's important right now more than ever. Just love each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah. I would say that one of the biggest things that in music, at least for me, has been just saying yes, right? Not when someone asks for something, like, yeah, we got this, let's do it. Or hey, I need you to learn these 10 songs. Okay, yeah, I'll figure it out. And that kind of is along the lines of what Eric was saying, like just showing up. And so one of my drummer friends, he wasn't really a very experienced drummer. But I'm like, hey, I need you to learn these 30 cover tunes. in a couple of weeks. He's like, okay, and now he's like, this was 10 years ago. He's an amazing drummer now. He's gigging out and playing with people, and he's like, it's just because I said yes. Like someone that you asked, and I said yes, and I was like, yeah, you're my guy. Like you were my go-to because you were willing. You were willing.
Awesome. You all, we really appreciate the time that you took to speak with us about your band, music in general, yourselves personally. Thank you so much. We definitely hope to catch a Killer Diller show in the future, and
Come
also
on out.
get you to Supernova in a few years. Thank you so much. Hang on real quick after we stop this. We got to ask you a question. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much
much,
for having
Daryl.
us.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.
Really appreciate it, you guys.
Hello, Skankers. Jose here, aka Skanking Force. Would you like to win a free Ska Box? It's as easy as following Ska Box Rocks and Sniff Dog Records on Instagram and Facebook. And subscribe to Ska History Hour on YouTube and comment Ska Box Rocks in any video to enter. Good luck!